grab that,
Let's do this.
please.
This is off. Let's do this. Set this up. Phone's off.
Conneaut City Council for August 10, 2026 is now in session. Ms. Hoover.
Ms. Branch?
Present.
Mr. Castrella?
Present.
Mr. Emery?
Here.
Mr. Goff? Mr. Kozeski?
Here.
Mr. Moiseo?
Here.
Mr. Prokowski?
Present.
City Manager, Mr. Sanford?
Present.
Finance Director, Mr. Williams?
Here.
Law Director, Mr. Lewis?
Here.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Remain standing for the invocation.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for the gift of another day, this beautiful city in which we live, and for the precious people who live here. Father God, we thank you for these, our city leaders, who dedicate so much of themselves to our community. Bless them, O Lord, and grant them wisdom, discernment, clear minds, integrity, and the courage to do what is best. Father God, we lift up this council meeting and ask for your blessing to be upon it, and help us to listen to each other with your love and respect, and help us to make good choices that bring peace and safety to our community. In Jesus' mighty name we pray.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Next, we'll move on to approval of our meeting minutes. We'll begin with our meeting minutes for July 27, 2026. Any alterations or corrections? If none,
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrella?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Kozeski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
okay, meeting minutes for July 27, 2026 have been approved. Next, we'll move on to our meeting minutes for August 5th, 2026. Any alterations or corrections into the record?
There was just one that was sent to Ms. Hoover, so I believe she has
I
it.
fixed it.
Yeah.
Okay. If not, is there a motion?
I'll make that motion to approve the special meeting minutes from August 5th.
Second.
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrella?
Yes.
Mr. Emery? Mr. Kozeski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
Okay, the special meeting minutes for August 5, 2026 have passed. Next, we'll move on to our citizen comments. Good evening to our guests. We'd like to address City Council. Community participation is an important part of local government, is encouraged. Please be advised that City Council sessions are audio and video recorded. When your name is called, please step to the microphone, state your name and address for the record. Please keep your comments to 5 minutes or less. No abusive or threatening language is allowed. If you have a specific question, you'll receive a follow-up answer from either council or the city manager, and there will be no public debate at this time. When you're finished with your comments, you're welcome to stay for the rest of the meeting, and thank you for your participation. First up this evening, Merle Christo. Merle here.
Any special place?
Right there. Right there, sir, is fine.
You gotta excuse me, I try to speak loud. I had a heart attack last year. But I'd like to acknowledge that Conneaut Creek is my home stomping grounds. I've done that Conneaut Creek since I was a kid. Very concerned in the water, whether it could possibly get contaminated or anything. Just concerned. I did some research on the database centers, construction of how much ground they would cover. To what I understand, it's 25 megawatts is the one that they're proposing to put in. That would cover anywhere from 15 to 20 acres or more. I'm sure they have a proposal site of where they're gonna want to put it in. Would the water be replaced into the creek from the discharge after it's cooled? And if so, which I imagine it would be discharged one way or another. But I'm just concerned because the steelhead trout, they're very picky. 1 to 2 degrees will vary on whether they even come up a creek and when. They need very clean water. They're a very picky fish. They've been here for as long as I remember. They put in coho salmon way back when I was a child, and they never got a chance to spawn. They were fished out, which is sad. But yeah, I was just concerned because there's not only the fish, but the animals, the amphibians, the animals. Heck, I'd never seen an eagle when I was a kid. And within this last half decade, I've seen eagles, numerous eagles, osprey, and that's a sign of, hey, change finally and to the good. I just want to make sure that everything is okay, because that brings in a lot of money for Conneaut. Every year you figure there's 8 to 9 months that the trout fishermen are here. They stay in hotels, campsites, everywhere. And they eat in their restaurants, all that. It's a big income, just like D-Day. D-Day, it's only one time a year, and there are very few days compared to the fishing industry. And Conneaut needs some money. You guys here, I mean, and you too, man, and you did. But I wouldn't want your job. I really wouldn't. That's a lot, and I'm honored that you let me speak. And it's, you know, I worked for Conneaut County over in Pennsylvania, Franklin. I worked there when I was a teenager. And worked there for 12 years at courthouse. And I went into, I was maintenance, highest in maintenance. I was on 24-hour call. I did everything from electrical to plumbing to building and making paths. I did everything. Started out custodial, and I'm telling you, I've seen a lot of stuff. They could, if a person really wanted to, I've seen it done over there. They could take your house or your property if they wanted something in. I forget what they call that. But it's just sad. Conneaut, I mean, this is a great big place to live.
Mr. Christo, thank you. 5 minutes from, thank you. Janine Christo.
My name's Janine Cristo. I live at 958 Fern Street in Conneaut. Thank you for allowing me to speak today. I'm very concerned about the data center. I'm concerned about how they're going to discharge the water. I'm concerned about how much water they're going to be using. And the fact that where I've heard it's going to go, I don't know how they would get quite enough water that they would require from Conneaut Creek. They dry the creek and it would cease to be. And I wrote some notes because of the fact that we have several threatened and endangered and very rare species that rely on good quality water, shale beds, and riffles that we have in Conneaut Creek. A key species like the endangered salamander mussel, the northern brook lamprey, as well as threatened fish like the spotted sucker and the brindled eastern sand darter, red fin shiner, the horny head chub, and the warmouth. And all of these some are critically endangered. If we don't protect our creek, we'll be gone forever. I was taught, excuse me, when I was young, I was taught we do not own the earth. We borrow it from our grandchildren. It means a lot to try to protect. It seems that nature always loses out to so-called progress. If we keep letting progress win, we all lose. Thank you.
Thank you. Sandy Schellenberger.
Hello, I'm Sandy Schellenberger, Bushnell Road. I'm here today for my 93-year-old dad who lives on the east side of Conneaut, who would be directly affected by an industrial park. He's lived there the majority of his life. He's actually a neighbor to Mr. Campbell. And while the prison's goings-on are entertaining to him, it's not air pollution or a quality of life that would be disrupted as if there was a data center. The council here was elected to represent the people of your ward. I know Mr. Emery and Mrs. Branch, or Ms. Branch, have both done their research, and I thank you both. And I hope that all of you have checked with your wards as well. And also an additional thank you to Mr. Emery because he has fact-checked the information that we have given at these meetings. And so if anything was needed followed up on, he would do that. I'm going to talk about the city charter, which is to encourage municipal participation and local self-government under the Constitution. I am really encouraging you to pass the moratorium, even if you support conditional use. It's going to take time for the ad hoc recommendations and the proposals to take place, and I really fear that things will get into place without a moratorium. My understanding is that the property on Underridge Road is under lease to Nautilus Solar Landslide, expires in September or October, and what happens to that property if a moratorium is not in place. Mr. Sanford has said repeatedly that there are no contracts for a data center in place. However, there has been strong pushback and opposition to a moratorium and charter amendment. I'm disappointed but not surprised that Conserve Ohio was not given a voice at these meetings, but that Lake to Rivers and Growth Partnership has. I spoke to the Vice President of Economic Development, Sarah Boyarko, from Lake to River. She states that they do not reach out to cities about the economic development, but rather the cities reach out to them. Had you been open about having discussions back then, perhaps there would be more open trust now. So I'm asking, Ashtabula Township, Cleveland Heights, Madison, and Geneva have all given moratoriums. And since data centers are speculative, and at this point we don't know, what kind, and of all that, I think that we should pause, take a break, and find out the details. And so I just encourage you to pass a moratorium. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Campbell?
Good evening. Your dad keeps me feeling young. He's 93, I'm only 80, so I keep going. I had 3 points tonight. One is a real quick note. Previous meeting, someone mentioned the decommissioning law. And I just happened, by accident, to come across an ordinance that Bradford, the county of Bradford, Pennsylvania, not the city, the county, drafted up a decommissioning bond. And what they asked for was a 125% bond, cash bond, of the estimated price to reclaim the property back to its original state. And it was the responsibility of the owner of the property to post that bond. They insisted it be a cash bond, no contract, no promises, no phone call, no letters. It had to be a cash bond. And that was county-wide, so that was pretty stern. And leads me to believe they really are not interested in data center. Another concern of mine has always been the noise factor, whether it's a data center or it's the generation plant. It's set up wherever it's set up. I've not seen anything definitive in terms of distance and noise in any of my searching. I've seen a lot of people complaining, posting videos on their back porch when they hear this thing. There's only one that I found that told me that he was exactly a quarter mile from the data center. And he had woods between him and the data center, and you could clearly hear this thing screeching a quarter mile away. I'm very concerned about a perimeter control around the data center or the generation plant for the noise in particular. Water's an issue all by itself, as well as the power and the air quality. But the noise factor is something that people have really complained big time about. I know Aaron Brockovich is trying to set up a chart, a DB chart around certain types of data centers. She's not down with it yet. I'm hoping to get a copy of it when she's down with it. The other factor is just to be concerned about the location where they put these, not just for noise, but for all issues. The property on underage that I've heard being considered, that's pretty close to the school. That would be a concern. The property on the east side, the data center and the generation plant, is close to the Lake Erie Correctional Institute. What are those folks going to think about the noise? Something to be considered. That's it. Thank you, folks.
Thank you. Joel Speck, Mr. Speck.
Good evening, everybody. Joel Speck, 292 North Amboy Road. Last council meeting, I gave you notice that you would need to hold a special election or a special meeting to certify our petition. And even before that, and we've been collecting signatures for the state initiative since March. Only 2 people have asked to actually look at the language on this on council. There's no surprise. We have been transparent about what we're doing. We've been trying to make you aware. And Mr. Costello, I don't rip on you online.
I say you did?
I have not said anything negative about anybody on social media, especially the Conneaut community chat. It's the Wild West. I get ripped up on there and I don't comment. I have not said anything negative on you on social media. But I was ripped up and down sitting over there last meeting. It's not right. You know, we have been working openly and trying to just help you. Our coalition, it's not just me. The coalition is 400+ members. And we try and keep it to local people. No bots, no trolls. Trying to keep Conneaut healthy and safe. I grew up here. I want to die here. I want to swim in that lake to the last day of my last breath. It's why I fight. And I've been polite about it. So please understand, our petition, I'm really asking that it gets certified tonight. I mean, it's not whether or not you like what's on there. It's the fact that you have to certify it. We have the signatures. We have the Ohio Supreme Court precedent. You saw Asheville and Piqua. Well, Trenton tonight is going through this. I knew about this a couple days ago. Please. Also, please consider the moratorium. Give our ad hoc people the time without the pressure to do the right work, to get what's ours and protect our community. Because data centers aren't going to be the last thing that tries to come in here and take and extract from everything we have. Please, implore you. I know it's a hard decision. I implore you to make the right decision. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Mr. Peginkoff.
Gary Peginkoff, 181 Leaf Walk Extension. I'll be brief tonight because I know you guys are tired of us taking up all your time. The reason I'm here is I talked to several farmers on the east side, property very close or very right next to the Hobo property. They don't want it. And we've got people here from the east side. Most of them don't want it. I haven't talked to anybody over in that area that wants it. Yet my understanding is the zoning can be changed without their input. And I guess I've got a question with the lawyer here. How does that happen when the people that live there don't want it? You know, people bought farmland out there because it's zoned farmland. They sure as hell wouldn't be buying it if there was a data center there. So my question is, how does the zoning get changed without the input of the people that live in the area? One other comment. I know you guys went down to the New Albany. There wasn't any sound. I read the papers you brought back that there's obviously no complaints. I was talking to someone who works for the city. He said, well, my sister lives right next to it. And she said they don't run them all the time. When those generators are running, it's horrible. If they're running at night, she puts earplugs in. So there's two sides to that. They're shut down, yeah, they probably don't bother them, but I guess they run when there's peak demand. They can't meet, the energy coming in doesn't matter. That's my thoughts. I'm brief, but I'm really curious about the zoning, how that can just change when people buying farmland. All of a sudden, the whole area changes. Thank you.
Thank you. Jonathan Lamco, did I pronounce that correctly? Jonathan?
Jonathan Damp.
I'm sorry, Damco?
Damp, so D-A-M-P-F.
Okay.
Sorry, sir. Good evening. I'm Jonathan Damp. I live at 537 East Thunder Ridge Road. I am in favor of the moratorium about the data center in Conneaut. I believe that they are unsafe and the tech that they're bringing is mostly unwanted. I believe that it is very important to count the cost of something before action should take place. Let us count the cost of a data center. What is it? Water for one, natural gas is another, the pollution, heat, noise, water. 85 decibels is pretty noisy. It's about the same as a jackhammer. You imagine that being outside your house 24/7. That's akin to torture. Heat is a problem as well. Electricity will make heat through resistance. There is no superconductor that has no resistance, and heat must be managed for it to work. Hence the need for water. This isn't perfect, and the supercomputer is outputting a lot of heat, enough to raise the temperature around it by 3.6 degrees to 16.2 degrees Fahrenheit. A medium-sized data center can consume up to 300,000 gallons of water a day. My cows drink about 25 gallons of water a day. Quite a lot of water. I've seen dry wells in this area that already, they take a shower and it's dry. That's it. And I don't think betting our drinking water on technology is very wise. Now, what are its benefits? I believe the internet is overused and abused in our modern day. We have enough servers already. Most modern updates have been worse than what we've had, and I don't trust technology anymore. The saying they don't make things like they used to is more true today than ever. The data center is to hold data. What data is it? I see cameras everywhere, popping up all across the USA. I don't use the cloud for anything, but every time I'm home, I open my photos, it's sure to remind me to put everything on the cloud. I foresee a dystopia of heavy surveillance and the death of our country. The land of the free and the home of the brave will become the land of the weak and the home of the enslaved. Most scams will usually incite panic and act now, act quick, you'll miss out, sales talk. The point is for you to act quickly so you overlook problems. This is why I believe a moratorium is necessary. Thank you.
Thank you. Veronica,
Yes, sir.
you're up.
Thank you all for taking the time to listen to me. My name is Veronica Down. I live at 537 East Under Ridge Road. We bought our property on December 4th, 2018. We moved from the suburbs of Philadelphia. We decided we wanted to retire in a rural area with at least 10 acres more if we could manage it. My husband always wanted to hunt out his backyard, and I wanted to homestead and grow in an organic farm. So how did we end up in Conneaut? Well, you see, from 2014 to 2018, we went camping. We were looking for a property. We traveled through many states looking for the perfect place. We almost bought a 32-acre property in Kentucky, but that deal fell through. We were very disappointed, disheartened. But someone who we went to church with reminded us of a family that moved to Conneaut, and they really liked it here. They bought a nice amount of acres. They were homesteading. So we went and we visited, and I thought, this place is a hidden gem. I was able to buy a 50-acre farm. The house and barn needed hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of work, but the property itself is so beautiful and close to a lake. So when Imperium Capital approached me last year to buy my farm for $2 million, I knew that it wasn't a good deal. You see, I remembered a quote I read from Mark Cuban, an investor and an entrepreneur. Look for the fool in a deal. If you don't find one, it's you. I got a lawyer because I didn't feel comfortable with what I was being told by Dimitri. I took the years to see the properties across this country. We would contact realtors. We would see properties. And because of this experience, I see the value of this land. And I realized how undervalued you guys are really making this place. You see, I started calculating a replacement cost of trying to sell my farm and move. And I don't know where in this whole United States where I could move there for a measly $2 million. I don't think you understand how rare and precious this area is. This area is a gem. Instead of devaluing Conneaut and selling out to some corporation and destroy the natural resources here and the beauty of the land, why not look to what you have and revalue it? Like I said, the price that Dimitri offered me would in no way compensate replacement value. There's no way I could move in these United States on a 50-acre farm with a rebuilt farmhouse. Ironically enough, most of the places that we were looking at currently have either data centers on them, or they're building data centers, or they're fighting against data centers. Ironically enough, Festus, Missouri was one of the places that I looked at. Instead of following the crowd, who thinks this is a great idea, look outside the box. You have a beautiful resort area. You have a beautiful lake. Rural areas like this are getting more and more rare as farms are being brought out. Please take a moratorium and consider what you have and revalue everything. There is a niche market for people who want to eat clean and organic food, to be able to see nature, to be able to fish. I know personally somebody from Poland who came here for the steelhead trap fishing. Boomers like me who want to retire and live near a beautiful lake and a beautiful countryside. There is a whole niche market out there that you could tap into. Look into it for a year moratorium, please. Why would you destroy a priceless resource on numbers for a page? You have millions of dollars in your digital wallet, but it would cost. Just think of Germany before World War II when it took a whole wheelbarrow to buy a loaf of bread. What is the value of money? And compared to the value of food and water, you can have all the money in the world, but if there's no farms left, what are you going to eat? 3D printed fake food? What about your health?
Ma'am, your time is up.
Okay.
Thank you.
Take your time and count the real costs, please, and make Conneaut a great place.
Thank you.
Don't sell it short.
Julia Barton. Julia.
Thank you for that. And thank you for your time again tonight. I wanted to talk a little bit about civics education at the kitchen table. After the special meeting on whatever day that was.
Wednesday.
Thank you, the days are running together. Wednesday, my kids and I went over to JT's Bagels, it's a great spot for lunch, and sat down at the table and we were trying to explain to one another what had just happened. Because it was very confusing for them, because they were involved in the petition collection process. We had petitions at the farm, we're also collecting the state petition there. And they understood that if we collected enough petitions that the people would get to vote on the issue. And they were pretty excited about that, right? Because that's democracy in action. It's a really exciting thing for young people to be taking part in. And then we came to the meeting and it seemed that the people engaging in the process of collecting petitions to have a vote about whether a mega data center, not just any data center, a mega data center should be able to land here in Conneaut, Ohio, was a very concerning prospect for this group. And my understanding of the process, which was that it was a given that this group would of course certify the petitions, because of course you would want the people in your community to be able to vote, seeing as how they elected you, that was not a given. And that was a tough civics lesson at JT's Bagels. So they're here tonight. I'm really glad they're here tonight. They've been following the moratorium. I've been following the moratorium. I think going slow and steady with a big decision is a really good way to teach children to behave. And I'm looking forward to the vote on that this evening. I'm also really looking forward to the process being followed, that at least my understanding of the way the process should be followed, when the people come together to ask to have a vote on something that impacts their community, that they get to have a say in that. And those are the same people who elected you. Those of you who were elected, of course. So thank you for the lesson. It was a dream. I didn't have to prep. You handed it to me. The kids got to watch it happen, and they're still watching. And I hope other people that are, online are taking the opportunity to teach their children through this experience, because I think there's some real lessons to be had here. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next we'll move on to communications. Does anybody have any communications they'd like read into the record? Not, we'll move on to our reports, beginning with Mr. Sanford.
Thank you, Mr. Moisio. Council, members of the audience, good evening. I want to bring attention to a press release that was issued by the Conneaut City Health Department today regarding a positive West Nile virus detection in a mosquito trap. As council may recall, the health department was the recipient of an Ohio EPA grant for mosquito trapping and testing. They did have a positive detection from a sample collected on July the 28th that was subsequently submitted for testing, and they did receive notice, I believe, this morning, hence the public notification. The press release goes on to say, that the health district reminds residents to use EPA-registered insect repellents when outdoors, wear long sleeves and pants during dawn and dusk when mosquitoes are most active, although as humans we're inclined to go short sleeves and shorts in hot, humid weather like this. Remove standing water from containers like flower pots, buckets, bird baths, gutters, and discarded tires, and ensure that your windows and door screens are in good repair. I believe this is the first positive detection in the city of Conneaut since West Nile virus tracking began many years ago. So we'll obviously stay on top of this, and I want to thank Ms. Blood for getting the word out as quickly as she did. Also want to thank our County Treasurer Angie Mackey-Cliff for coordinating on the quick a remote tax collection last Tuesday from 8 to 11 right here in council chambers. It's been very successful the last couple of years that's been coordinated, and very handy for those who would much rather prefer coming right here to City Hall than driving all the way to Jefferson for tax payment. Also, a special word of thanks and kudos to the Conneaut High School National Honor Society students and organizers of the National Night Out event last Tuesday held on Main Street. It was a wonderful event, beautiful weather, great attendance and turnout. No, I did not go into the dunk tank. I probably should have. I imagine the turnout would have been phenomenal for that. The department heads and administration met with the developer of the Shores last week to discuss some legacy issues with utility cuts along Lake Road by Whitney Road. The issue is a bit more complex between, developer's responsibility and the owner's responsibility for in terms of like long-range planning. We did get some temporary utility cuts addressed that were most severe, but I do want to have a conversation with the owner of the property as to the city's expectations going forward with projected construction at the Shores and getting those utility connections made in advance, because that was the original recommendation back in 2013 for the specific purpose of the city is concerned. I think it goes on to say in the recommendation that the city was concerned at the time that there would be intermittent disruptions of road cuts, and that's exactly what we're experiencing today in the 2020s. So that's going to be coming forward, but it's just nuanced between whose responsibility belongs to what. So we'll take care of that, and I'll have more information on that. E-bikes have been a discussion in Ohio communities lately, and I know this council has asked me, what the position is of the city. We currently do not have regulations, and there is a House bill that I believe is currently in committee. But as everybody knows, the General Assembly is in lame duck. There's an election this November for that. There are currently 5 municipalities I could rattle off that are either considering or have already an active codification regarding e-bikes and electric scooters in their communities. We've got the cities of Cleveland, Strongsville, Twinsburg, University Heights, and Upper Arlington. So it might be beneficial looking further to consider some modification to our existing ordinance on regulations of bicycles, Chapter 373. So my commitment is that I'll review with Mr. Lewis and have something perhaps by the October work session that can either be brought forth at that time or referred to the Public Safety Committee. And Mr. Castrella, you and I had spoke before we went on the record, but we will have a Public Services and Cemeteries Committee meeting this coming Monday, August 17th at 8 a.m. right here in council chambers. And staff's aware they'll be here for that.
Thank you.
Welcome. The Conneaut Port Authority is being recognized yet again by the Great Lakes St. Lawrence Seaway Development Corporation with the Robert J. Lewis Pacesetter Award. The 2025 recognition, the award is for an 11% increase in tonnage movement. Really buying through Canadian National, who owns Pittsburgh and Conneaut Dock Company, through the Seaway system throughout the 2025 season. The award presentation will take place tomorrow at the Port Authority offices at 1:30 p.m. I did issue an email to that effect. We were given notice on Thursday of that. So I think traditionally when this award presentation was made by the representative of the Department of Transportation, this would be at CN's offices, but I believe there's a risk of severe weather tomorrow, so we're having this at the Port Authority office at 1:30 tomorrow. I want to talk about the Broad Street underpass under the CSX Railroad between 16th Street and Depot Street. I think everybody has, or anybody who's glued to social media these days, and that's probably a vast majority of us in this room. There's some recent news out of Ashtabula last week concerning some structural issues of railway underpasses that are of similar design and age as that specific underpass, which was built in 1926. So that being said, and that's not to say that our underpass has also come into question in recent years as well. So I filed a request last week with the Federal Railway Administration requesting copies of bridge inspection reports by CSX, which was last painted in, I believe, 2008, give or take. So FRA responded this afternoon that it has initiated the formal request requiring the railroad to provide the FRA a copy of its most recent reports for the record, which they'll review as to completeness and accuracy and forward to the city for our documentation. The last known records that we have are from 2003 when the city under the Tim Hansley administration had a third-party inspection done by CT Consultants. So nothing beyond that exists to my knowledge. As to some department highlights, I do, and again, this is within my written report, but I do want to point out that with our water department, with the two capital projects we had for water line replacement on Whitney Road and Wrights Avenue, there is some lawn restoration that has yet to be done, and I want to have that completed and taken care of by our staff sooner rather than later. Likewise, there is a pretty long road cut along Whitney Road between Fairmont Street and Clinton Avenue. When the paving contractor comes here to do the work for the road program, we are going to seek a quote for them to complete that, so folks don't have a giant rumble strip of dirt road on Whitney Road. So we'll take care of that as well. We're ironing out a schedule with the paving contractor, Geauga Highway, for the road program. MS Consultants is aware that I'm not pleased that it's not done by the July 31st anticipated deadline for mill and fill. So we are ironing out those issues. There's been some terse emails exchanged to that effect, and we will get a hard deadline on that very quickly. I do want to reinforce, however, that on an aside with that contract with South Ridge Road East, Public Works has been aggressively shaping the ditch line from Middle Road working west. So they've been doing quite a job with that. So we want to get that taken care of before paving begins on South Ridge Road East. We do have a new fire chief. I did issue a press release that last week. Dr. Will Anderson, he begins his tenure as the 8th Conneaut Fire Chief on September the 14th. He's already begun meeting with staff and aligning management accomplishments from the interim chief within the past 7 months. So he's already meeting with folks and just, getting familiarized with personnel, and I look forward to working with him when he begins on the 14th. And then lastly, with capital projects, the Old Main Road waterline replacement and booster station improvements will continue to be on track in light of our cancellation of the bridge replacement project. Council will recall our last meeting. Mr. Castrilla, thank you. We'll recall that we were blindsided by a sudden commitment increase by roughly 150% on the local side of $650,000, no longer making it financially feasible. So we did cancel the project, as it were. I have asked that MS Consultants, in conjunction with the Asheville County Engineer's Office, come and sound the bridge, see if any further recommendations need to be made, whether it needs to have further weight limit reductions, or if it needs to be altogether closed, number one, and number two, reassess the scope. The first approach to this bridge replacement was for a full replacement of the bridge deck and the foundations. Those sandstone foundations were found to be in excellent shape. And if those can be repurposed, similar to a bridge project the county engineer's office performed on South Ridge in Kingsville of the same nature and design, then I believe that this could really be value engineered for a much better project. But more will come on that. And then the Conneaut Police Department, through their Canine Fund, is coordinating a golf outing on August the 22nd. They have reached out to me and asked if council would be interested in a sponsorship at the level of, I believe, I can't recall if council sponsored last year. They did?
I think so.
Yeah. So that would be through the traditional method of a motion of council, which purely at the council's discretion. That is on August the 22nd. And with that concludes my report.
Any questions or comments for the city manager?
Yeah, Mr. Sanford, I wasn't here for the bridge project. Where did the $650,000 cost increase come from?
So, that's a great question, Mr. Emery. When we were presented with, so ODOT presents us with a final estimate and invoice, which I find to be a little unorthodox, but as does Mr. Williams. But in talking with ODOT, it appears that a history with municipalities throughout Ohio has found an accounts receivable issue. So they demand that final estimate amount up front. That was $434,300. And then any increase or delta when bids come in is due at that time by the municipality on their local share. So the bids came in higher, and then the city's pro rata amount was increased by another $649,000.
There was no way we could anticipate that. thanks to the state not giving us a heads up.
Right, and again, if to the state's credit, and, you know, to ODOT's credit, they did earlier anticipate an estimate of $1.1 million. It was further reduced for reasons I don't really understand, and nobody really could give me an explanation, from $1.1 million to $854,000, and this is the local share, mind you, and then finally $434,000, which I questioned at the time. But we had already secured the funding by ordinance with Huntington Bank, and you know, it would just be completely unorthodox for the city of Conneaut to go back to a Huntington Bank and say, oh, by the way, could you just bump that up another $650,000? Besides, the debt capacity is just not sensible. So we decided, with consensus and blessing of council, to just terminate the project as it is.
It's a shame, being I come from the east side, grew up over on the east side, that bridge to me is a valuable piece to the east side. In an event of any emergency, it's a very good piece to have in place. And it's just discerning that this happened. Hopefully we can go back and readdress it.
And that you raise a really good point, and that's why I want to reassess the scope, to make sure that there isn't, you know, another opportunity by way of just assessing the deck of the bridge alone that might be able to be viable.
I just remember when we had the viaduct out, that bridge
was a
big asset.
It proved critical.
And also on Whitney Street, I'm glad you addressed that about that cut up there in the 500 block. Were we able to get any signage over there for pedestrians over there?
I need to add that, yes. I did make a note of that, Mr. Emery, but we'll follow up and see where that stands.
And just, you remember, we talked about the track team jogging down through there.
Yes.
I think that was it.
And to be clear, the roadway hasn't been restored yet,
Right.
but we do want to get that in with the paving project.
Yeah, you addressed that, so,
Okay.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions?
I'd just like to ask, when you talked about the golf outing and the sponsorship, how much were you looking at, or what did we do last year?
I don't remember what we did last year.
Did 500.
It was 500?
And then the next thing I want to say is, in opposite of him, I'm glad that project went down based on our finances. I think I said that all along. That's it.
Okay. Moving on, Mr. Williams. Mr. Lewis.
Well, thank you, Mr. Moiseo. I have submitted a written report for the month of July of 2026. Council should all have a copy of that. It's pretty self-explanatory. I would be happy to answer any questions about that if anyone has any questions. Thank you.
Any questions for Mr. Lewis?
It's a nice format, Mr. Lewis.
All right. Next, we'll move on to reports of our standing committees. Anybody have a committee report this evening? Not board and liaison reports. Anybody have a board and liaison?
I do have a statement from the Board of Health for Conneaut. Nichelle wanted me to announce, beginning August 7th, 2026, the USDA, in cooperation with the ODH and several local health departments, will begin distributing oral rabies vaccines, ORVs, baits by air and ground to immunize wild raccoons in targeted areas of northeastern Ohio. Hand baiting will happen from the 7th through the 10th, helicopter and fixed-wing aircraft August 10th through the 23rd, depending on the weather. Also, she wanted me to announce that vaccines are required for kindergarten entry, 7th grade and 12th grade. CCHD will be holding back-to-school immunization clinics on Friday, August 14th, 8 to 11:30 a.m., Monday, August 17th, from 9 to 3:30, and Friday, August 21st, from 8 to 11:30 a.m. And I do have poster announcements that we can, I don't know if you, yeah, thank you. And that's it.
Super. Thank you, Mr. Prokowski. If there's no additional liaison reports, we will move to our ordinances and resolutions on the table. We have 4526, creating Chapter 315 of the codified ordinances of the City of Conneaut governing traffic law enforcement devices. That is still on the table. So next we'll move to our three reading ordinances and resolutions, beginning with 77-26.
An ordinance placing a temporary moratorium not to exceed 12 months on the granting and issuing of any new permits, as well as the receipt and processing of applications for permits for data centers within the corporate limits of the City of Conneaut and declaring an emergency.
Okay. Is there a motion to proceed?
President Moiseo, I'd like to make that motion to proceed with ordinance 77-26.
You have to declare an emergency.
Oh, I thought we were done with emergencies since we're in third reading.
That has something to do with
Okay.
You got to declare an emergency.
If you want it to be an emergency?
Yeah, if you want it to be an emergency, you have to declare.
We're already in the third reading, though. Is it
But if you want it
required?
to,
Emergency
You
just
enacted it,
says
yeah.
now or in 30 days.
yeah,
Okay.
if you want it to be an emergency, you got to declare the emergency.
Thank you. So I will make a motion to suspend the three reading rule on ordinance 77 dash.
Emergency.
Oh, thank you. Motion to declare the ordinance an emergency.
Second.
And before we move to vote, I'd like to make a comment, please.
Okay, real fast.
We need to finish
Okay.
that.
I'm sorry, what?
Can we finish that motion first?
I
Yes.
believe that,
Second.
he did second.
Let's do the comment after we vote on this.
Can I roll?
Is that okay?
I believe Roger's Rules of Orders is I'm supposed to comment before
You
we
wanna
vote?
Before the act.
Yeah, before we
Okay, go ahead.
act on it.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, and forgive me if that's
No,
not the
that's okay.
correct. First, I want to thank our citizens for coming out again this evening. We appreciate your comments and for your public participation. I feel we've reached a critical tipping point tonight. For over 6 months, our residents have packed this chamber, making their voices unmistakably clear. They did not just stop at attending the meetings. They have now submitted a formal legal petition with more than double the required signatures to place a charter amendment on the ballot to limit data center sizes under 25 megawatts. Passing this 12-month moratorium is no longer just a policy option. It's a democratic necessity. It's to respect the community's explicit will, and it will give us the time we need to create our smartly planned advanced manufacturing zoning plan. My full support is there for forming this ad hoc committee because it's obvious I'm the one who wrote it into this current ordinance that I'm proposing. We also must consider some of the new language being introduced tonight for the Advanced Manufacturing Zoning Review Committee, Ordinance 87-26 under Section 2, letter I. I passed out that information to you earlier. Because it broadens the scope of what the committee must investigate by adding 4 substantial tasks: evaluating property values, workforce metrics, economic impact, and utility credits. So we can't expand the workload on this group and expect the original final deadline to be February 8th to be attainable. That February deadline is now only 7 months away. So given this increase of scope, granting a few extra months of breathing room through a 12-month moratorium would make sense.
Okay, so there's a motion, Mr. Emery second, to declare ordinance 77-26 an emergency.
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrilla?
No.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
No.
Mr. Moiseo?
No.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
3-3. That means the emergency measure fails. Next, we'll move on to, or I'm sorry, we need a motion to act then on ordinance 77-26.
I will make that motion to act on ordinance 77-26.
Second.
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrilla?
No.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
No.
Mr. Moiseo?
No.
Mr. Prokowski?
No.
Okay, ordinance 77-26 has failed. We'll move on to 78-26.
An ordinance to amend Chapter 1136 of the City of Conneaut codified ordinances governing sign regulations and not declaring an emergency.
Okay, we did have a public hearing on this evening at 5:30. We had no speakers. Anything else, Mr. Sanford, you want to add to this? We are amending a zoning code.
I have nothing to add, Mr. Moiseo.
Okay, so is there a motion to proceed on 78-26?
I'll make that motion to proceed on 28 or 78-26 and suspend the 3 reading rule.
We're
Second.
acting.
Did you make it?
We're acting.
And not declaring an emergency.
We're acting.
Right,
You
yes.
don't have to do,
It's a third reading.
Okay. And I move we act on ordinance 78-26.
motion to act on 78-26.
Second.
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrillo?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
So,
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
Okay, ordinance 78-26 has passed. We'll move on to 79-26.
An ordinance to amend Chapter 343 of the City of Conneaut codified ordinances governing golf carts and other low-speed motor vehicles and not declaring an emergency.
Excuse me. Mr. Sanford, any additional on this?
None for me unless council had any specific questions. This was simply an amendment by adding 2 provisions in the existing Chapter 343.
So operator passenger conduct responsibility and occupancy.
That's correct.
And they're 4th-degree misdemeanors for those sections, 34309 and 34310.
Right.
Okay. Any questions, comments? Okay, is there a motion to proceed?
I'll make that motion to act on ordinance 79-26.
Okay, motion to
Second.
act on step.
Ms.
Sorry, go
Brand?
ahead.
Yes.
Mr. Castrillo?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
Okay, ordinance 79-26 has passed. We'll move on to our second reading ordinances this evening. Amended 85-26.
An ordinance to submit to the electors of the City of Conneaut at the next regular municipal election, if one shall occur not less than 60 nor more than 120 days after passage of this ordinance, or otherwise at a special election to be called and held within that time, period, on the question of amending the charter of the City of Conneaut to add Article 16, Conservation of Natural Resources, as proposed by petition and declaring an emergency.
Okay, that will be moved to third reading.
Why is it being moved to third reading?
We're going to discuss it tonight at executive session.
We weren't aware of that.
Anybody
So-
can move to do anything.
Mr. Lewis?
Yeah, it's, if somebody's going to make a motion on this, then we, no, I mean, you're making a motion to send it to third reading?
Well, no, we would have to declare it an emergency and go through the
Well,
procedure.
yeah,
Right,
that's what I'm
so
saying.
I would like-
That's what I'm
Mariana
saying.
wants to waive the
If
three
somebody
reading.
wants to make a motion on it.
Thank you very much. I will make that motion to suspend the 3 reading rule on ordinance 85-26.
Okay, motion to suspend the 3 reading rule on 85-26.
Second.
And I'd also like to make a comment and have the floor for a moment, if I may. So both the Ohio Constitution and our charter indicate that council shall provide by ordinance for submitting the proposed amendment to a vote of the electors, is my first point. The second is if we delay this vote, there could be a chance that this would have to be a special election, which was mentioned at the special meeting, that is a chance. That means that the city will be responsible for 100% of the cost of a special election, which could cost, per Mr. Williams, maybe between $5,000 and $7,000. That's just an approximate. We're not going to hold you to anything. So I don't see a reason why we are delaying this when the vote needs to be made. And then in the end, if we delay it, then we're going to be paying more money for a special election and wasting taxpayer dollars. And the third point is, if we do not pass this, because we need to, there's the likely event that we would be exposed to litigation costs, and that will also cost the city more money, which is taxpayer dollars. So I strongly urge everyone, please, to understand this is our obligation to do this evening, and it's very important to do so because there will be consequences if we don't.
I'd like to make a comment as well. I don't think this fits an emergency for tonight, so I'm just saying, I'm voting no,
We're not
but I'm not,
doing that right now.
what's that?
The 3 reading rule is on the table right now.
Not the
Yeah,
emergency.
We gotta waive the 3 reading rule,
Okay,
so you can make your vote appropriate
Okay.
on that. Okay, so there's motion to waive the 3 reading rule on ordinance 85-26.
Second.
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrilla?
no.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
No.
Mr. Moiseo?
No,
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
3-3, so the vote is tied, so it'll go into 3rd reading.
It would have required 5 or 6,
Would have required 5 or 6? Yep. So either way,
either way.
it'll move to 3rd reading. Okay, so 85-26, move to 3rd. Today's the 10th.
Not at least.
26. Okay.
When did you do that on?
Section.
Okay, now we'll go to our first reading ordinances and resolutions, beginning with 86-26.
An ordinance to temporarily restrict traffic is further described in Section 1 below for the purpose of facilitating traffic flow during the Sandbar Studs annual birthday bash and declaring an emergency.
Okay. Any questions on the event from Mr. Sanford?
Yeah, I just want to reiterate, Mr. Moiseo and all of council, this is purely just to have it on the record. You know, obviously, the birthday bash occurred over the weekend. We did not get, I did not get the application across my desk until far too late to get it on the council's agenda beforehand, so I do apologize.
Okay. So this has already occurred.
It has.
So there's a motion to proceed.
Then I'll make that motion to suspend the 3 reading rule on 86-26.
A motion to suspend the 3 reading rule on 86-26.
Second.
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrilla?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski? Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
Okay, ordinance 86-26 has passed.
Nope.
No, that was.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
All right,
Is there a motion to declare an emergency?
at this time, I'd like to declare ordinance 86-26 an emergency.
A motion to declare 86-26 an emergency.
Second.
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrilla?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
Okay, now, is there a motion to act?
I'll now make that motion. We act on ordinance 86-26.
Okay, motion to act on 86-26.
Second.
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrilla?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
Now 86-26 has passed. Move on to 87-26.
An ordinance establishing an advanced manufacturing zoning review committee, providing for its membership, duties, and operation, and declaring an emergency.
Ms. Branch, did you have something you wanted to add?
I sure do. Do you want to go through the
hold
first vote, though? We can do that.
I was going to, I certainly leave the floor to you, Ms. Branch.
It's a busy night.
If it please council, Ms. Branch handed out suggested amendments to 87-26. I think these are excellent. In the interest of expediency to get the ad hoc up and running with the legislative parameters, and I'm certainly yield to Ms. Branch's comments, it may be wise to pass 8726 and amend it immediately based on these remarks at our meeting on the 24th.
So you want to,
But you certainly yield to Ms. Branch.
we want to add these as amendments to the current ordinance, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I was just going to.
What protection is there that if we approve this, these will be added because then people could vote no, correct? And then they wouldn't be added? Yeah,
Certainly.
Well, I think, couldn't we add them tonight as an amendment?
yes.
Oh, yeah.
We absolutely
Vote on
could.
it.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I'm good with that. I say we do it.
And-
But read them into the record, yeah, read them into the
Yeah,
record.
yeah, go,
And
yeah.
I've given Ms. Hoover a copy of
Okay.
it, so she knows, and I'll email you so you don't have to
Is
take it all
council
out.
okay with that?
Yes.
Yes.
Everything that you have?
You bet.
That way we can
Well,
get
we'll-
this
Should do a vote to amend.
Right.
vote to
Vote to
amend.
amend the ordinance.
Okay.
And the reason I did this is because there was some language in there that was added, and I just wanted to make it a little stronger to protect our citizens regarding property value depreciation, municipal infrastructure strain, public health standards, and have a legally binding performance clawback for community
So
protection.
this is what you wanted to add, the comprehensive impact?
No, that's this
All this,
section
all
here.
this here.
Yeah, because
Okay.
this is all that was in our
You want to add-
proposed one at
Are you
work
recommending
session.
adding this too?
No,
Just
already-
this?
this replaces.
Yeah.
I think that's already added.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
there.
The bottom part's already added.
Gotcha, okay.
I've just expanded on it.
Okay, so we'll have to start with a motion to amend ordinance 87-26.
I'll make a motion to.
Hold on.
Can I ask a question first, so I have it right? Do you want the language that's in I and then Roman numerals with these bullet points? Or
No, this
replacing I
language
completely?
would replace
Replacing I completely?
currently what is an I.
Oh,
Yeah,
everything.
it doesn't have to have bullet points, that's just the way that,
Format it.
yeah, format it appropriately,
Do you want it all
please.
under I, or do you want to do I, J, K, L?
I will defer that to our city manager or our law director. It doesn't, you
I
know.
think I would just put it all under I.
Yeah.
That's the cleanest way to do this verbally at a council meeting.
I agree.
Section 2I then?
Yeah, section 2I.
Roman numerals.
We
That's the
still have to
amendment.
declare it an emergency.
The I is the
We haven't
amendment.
done that yet.
Somebody,
And I think the bullet points above are as well.
So
We're adding.
the highlighted portion below is what was documented at our work session in the proposed. Okay, so, no, I take that back. In the documentation we received at work session, all it said was comprehensive impacts to property values, I believe. It was very brief. Then when we got our packets on Friday with the language for the ordinance that we were to approve today, this highlighted language was there, and I am proposing that we make the amendment to change it to what is above.
Gotcha, to I, and then the bullet points.
Correct,
Yeah.
yeah. So I've expanded, there's like 4 points on there, but I've expanded on them.
Right,
So all the bullet points fall under the I
I,
statement.
yes,
under I.
yes.
Right, so we're removing I, replacing I
Yes.
with the
Thank
bullet.
you
With the
for
bullet points.
Explaining that correctly.
I'll make,
motion to vote on amending the ordinance, and then somebody read the changes into the record, please.
I'd like to make a motion to amend ordinance 87-26 with the suggested bullet points.
Second,
We have
You
to-
want me to read them?
No, no.
Oh.
Clerk will read into the record.
thank you.
The proposed amendment.
Ms. Branch?
Yes?
Wait,
No,
You have to read it first.
You have to read
the
the,
record,
that's section 2.
The proposed amendment.
yes.
So I gave them Roman numerals in case we have to refer to them at a later date instead of
Okay.
second dot.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yes.
Section 2I1, comprehensive impacts to property values, including the mandatory evaluation and mitigation of potential depreciation of adjacent residential properties. 2, net measurable benefits within the community, including but not limited to local workforce development and long-term economic impact. 3, projections for municipal infrastructure strain, including grid capacity, sewer, water, and traffic, to ensure no uncompensated city-absorbed utility or logistical costs. 4, considerations and options for the direct energy credits to residents of the city, provided that such options require mandatory adherence to the strict public health, noise mitigation, light masking, and environmental quality of life standards. And 5, legally binding performance agreements and city clawback provisions tied to all utilized metrics, ensuring full accountability should stated community benefits fail to materialize.
Okay.
Okay.
So the motion's been made and read into the record.
Motion, is there a motion to suspend the 3 reading rule on?
Oh, we have to vote on
We
the,
have to
Oh,
vote.
sorry, we got to vote the amendment.
Vote on the amendment.
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrilla?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
yes.
Okay, so the amendment to ordinance 8726 is passed. Next, we'll move on to
8726.
a motion to declare an emergency. I'm sorry, waive the 3 reading rule.
Yes. I'll make a motion to waive the 3 reading rule on ordinance 87-26.
Second.
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrilla?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes. I'd like to declare ordinance 87-26 an emergency.
Motion to declare 87-26 an emergency.
Second.
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrilla?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Prokowski.
I'd like to move to act on ordinance 87-26.
Motion to act on 87-26.
Second.
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrilla?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
87-26 has passed. Moving on to 88-26.
An ordinance to authorize the city manager to execute an economic development transfer form submitted by Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores Incorporated and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Sanford.
Thank you, Mr. Moiseo. This is a standard form known as the Trex form. It's a transfer of, I believe, liquor license for Love's following their complete remodel of the facility, which I also just received notice of anticipated ribbon cutting here. I'll forward that along to council. It's a standard procedure. This is going to a D2 permit.
What is it presently?
I'm almost certain they don't.
And we've been going back and forth on this. I believe they may not have alcohol. Prior to this,
So this is their, okay, so they probably didn't have a permit, and that's why they got
Correct.
one of the permits from okay.
So President Moiseo, I object to suspending the 3 reading rule for ordinance 88-26.
We have to take a motion.
First.
Somebody wants to move to do it?
We need a motion and a
So
second.
we need a
and then
motion and a
vote.
second. So is there a motion to suspend the 3 reading rule on ordinance 88-26?
I'll make a motion to suspend the 3 reading rule on 88-26.
Is there a second?
Transfer.
I'll second.
Thanks.
Ms. Branch?
No.
Mr. Castrilla?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
No.
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
Okay,
May I speak? Or,
go ahead.
and I apologize, I
No,
don't
you
know
can
the
explain.
proper,
But
but,
we're in the middle of the voting, so.
well, I did try to stop the vote
Three
before
reading rule
it
is not
happened.
waived because you only have 4 votes.
You're-
There needed 5.
Huh, okay.
Well, 3 reading, we need 3/4.
Pardon?
3 reading, we needed 3/4.
Yeah,
So we need 5.
which would be 5 people.
Should be 5 out of 6.
Yep. So we only got 4.
True, so
Goes to second reading.
then it goes to second reading.
So I would like to explain why I don't feel this is an emergency measure. After our work session, I went through and read a little bit more about what the Trex paperwork, the standard form is for, and it is for a corporate liquor permit transfer, and that really doesn't meet our strict statutory standards under an emergency ordinance. per Ohio Revised Code 731.3 because it doesn't involve the immediate preservation of public peace, health, or safety of our municipality. So I don't feel that this should fall under an emergency measure because there is no urgent public peril from them not getting their liquor license without having 3 readings. So I'd like to take this through all 3 readings, please.
All right, so it's been moved to second. So ordinance
Thank you.
8826 moved to second. 1, 2, 3. Okay, next we'll move on to ordinance 8926.
An ordinance approving the editing and inclusion of certain ordinances as parts of the various component codes of the codified ordinances of Conneaut, Ohio, and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Sanford.
I'll read the emergency provision on this ordinance for the record. This is declared to be an emergency measure in the interest of public peace, health, and safety, and for the reasons that there exists an imperative necessity for the earliest publication and distribution of the codified ordinances to the officials and residents of the city so as to facilitate administration, daily operation, and to avoid legal entanglements, including conflict with general state law, and would therefore go into immediate effect upon passage. This is just truing up ordinances passed up to date and also state criminal and traffic codes.
Okay. Is there a motion to proceed?
I'll make that motion to suspend the 3 reading rule on ordinance 89-26.
Motion to suspend the 3 reading rule on 89-26.
Second?
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrella?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski? Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
Ms. Branch?
Mr. Moiseo, I'd like to make a motion to declare ordinance 89-26 an emergency.
Motion to declare 89-26 an emergency.
Second?
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrella?
Yes.
Mr. Emery? Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
Ms. Branch?
I'll make a motion to act on ordinance
A
89-26.
motion to act on 89-26.
Second?
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrella?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
Ordinance 89-26 has passed. We will move on to unfinished old business. Does anybody have any unfinished or old business they would like to discuss? If not, we'll move into miscellaneous business. I want to say thank you to Abby Breck and everyone involved with the National Night Out. I did attend. It was very nice. So we had a nice crowd there. It's unfortunate I wasn't able to dunk Mr. Sanford, but as I had a couple 20s in my pocket, but neither here nor there. So I want to, again, give a shout out and thank you for these students who are doing this for the community. Next, we need to look at the golf outing. What does council want to do about a donation to the CPD golf outing? You
I'll
said that's
make-
for canines?
A canine fund, correct.
I'll make that motion to support the golf outing at a sum of $500.
Is there a motion?
Second.
Okay, for $500? Okay.
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrella?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
Okay, so the golf outing donation of $500 for the Conneaut Police Department Canine Fund has been approved.
I'd like to make a motion to dismiss Mr. Gah.
Oh, yes, that's another thing. I need a motion to excuse Mr. Goff.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrella?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
I would like to make a motion to move our next council meeting to a larger location due to ordinance 85-26 going into another reading.
Okay, so we can take a vote on that. Ms. Branch made the motion.
Second.
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrella?
No.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
No.
Mr. Moiseo?
No.
Mr. Prokowski?
No.
Okay. Motion has failed. Next, we're going to go into executive session. This will be for the purpose of conferencing with the attorney for the public body concerning disputes involving the public body that are the subject of pending or imminent court action pursuant to Section 12122G3 of the Ohio Revised Code. I'll need a motion to adjourn into executive session. We will reconvene our meeting once executive session is finished.
I'll make that motion to go in executive session, or end our regular meeting and go into executive session.
Second?
Ms. Branch?
Yes.
Mr. Castrilla?
Yes.
Mr. Emery?
Yes.
Mr. Kozowski?
Yes.
Mr. Moiseo?
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski?
Yes.
Okay, we are now in executive session.